Howdy, howdy, howdy. I hope y'all are all doing fantastic on this Monday evening, December 11th. 2 more weeks until Christmas. Can you believe it? I'm not ready yet. Maybe after I watch Reindeer Games tonight. Reindeer Games. That could be a fun little show as well. But now watching Reindeer Games tonight. We'll talk about that later. But first, we got Cliff Notes Live, and I'm so excited to see y'all guys out here. So let me start off with a big old SKD 143. Love my wife, love my kids, love reality TV, especially love you guys that come out here every week watching live or watching on replay, either one. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It just makes for a fun Monday evening, even one like tonight where it's so cold and chilly. Of course, y'all are used to it. I'm down in Houston. We're not used to the cold. Some of y'all a little bit more, but good night to be inside watching TV and YouTube and Cliff Notes Live. So welcome the board to all of y'all. Before we go any further, real quickly, because I do expect we'll have a few people who maybe aren't regulars on Cliff Notes Live that are out here this evening. So if you haven't already signed up for my channel, you can do so. Please consider signing up, turning on your notifications. And when you do, that way, when I do a special extra show like Reindeer Games tonight, you'll get notifications. You won't miss out on it. So, you know, and while you're out there, you can give me a little thumbs up as well, because you know I love the thumbs up. All right. With that being said, welcome, guys. I hope y'all are doing fantastic. Kind of a special night. As a little bit of a heads up, normally we go till 8 o'clock. We're going to probably shut down about a quarter till or so to give me a chance to get ready, because we're going to be doing a watch party for the Reindeer Games, assuming technology works the way I think it will and all that. We're going to be doing that, so I'll shut down just a little bit early. So be prepared for that. And then we're going to come right back at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern for you guys out in the East Coast. All right, let me see who's out here real quick as we go through this thing. Let's see. God, lots of y'all are out here. I love seeing all y'all guys out here. Lee, how you doing? Kennedy as well. Kennedy, how are you? Michelle Moore, Amanda Lowe, Kiki, Ma, welcome aboard. I'm always happy to see you out here. Mark Taylor, Marilyn Sutherland. Oh, I just lost my thing. There we go. Karen Loveland, Jake the Horror Movie Geek, Chas. I'm going kind of quick through these because there's a lot of y'all here. And Nunez, Cindy Hire, hi Cindy, Terry Thomas, my mom's out here. Hey mom, how are you? Paula Scar, let's see, Patricia Miller, Brian Hostetler, Urban Hermit. I like that login name. PJ as well. PJ, how are you? Vicky Stone, if I didn't say it before. Karen, let's see, Karen, I got you. Karen Hummer as well. Hi Karen, how are you? Zachary Wise, Zachary, I saw a shot of you. I was going to comment on over in Orlando. Beverly Brannon as well. And Wyatt Garrett, Andy W, Olakunbi Fakuni, Ken T, and Taylor Mangus, the Werewolf Mask, Chris Lair, and I think we'll shut it down about there. If I missed any of y'all, sorry about that. I try to read as quickly as I can. Did you know when we did our competitions on Big Brother, sometimes we had to read the rules while we're out there, right? And you would come out. I remember, for example, BB Comics. We got out there and there was this long sheet of paper they wanted each of us to read. And it was going over the rules of the game, that you have to find the difference and put it up. I was so focused on what I was going to do to play that game, to win the game. The last thing I wanted to do is take a minute to try to read all this stuff. But I kind of took pride in being able to read it as quickly as possible without making any mistakes, or I'd have to start over and all of that. But I remember a time or two, and during the HOH, during the veto ceremony, you would have to read things as well occasionally. And I always tried to do it quickly, but tough when there's so many of y'all there. I'm glad so many of y'all are out there, though. So welcome aboard. All right. A few questions as we look through this thing. Michelle Moore saying, are we watching the show together? Yeah. And I assume you're not talking about just Cliff Notes Live, but the Reindeer Games. Or I guess it's not the Reindeer Games. Reindeer Games, right? Yeah, we're going to watch it. Call me Rudolph, because I didn't get to participate in the Reindeer Games. But doesn't mean I can't still watch it and cheer them on. What do y'all think about that? We'll be covering it all this evening, but we now know who the 9 people are that are going to be on the show. And there's certainly a few of them that I'm going to be especially cheering for. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Brittany, right? I thought she had the most amazing diary room sessions. I thought she She played the game really well. She was just a joy to watch. So I'm certainly going to be cheering for her. Danielle Reyes, I've met before. Such an incredibly nice person. She probably should have won her season. So I'm going to be cheering for her as well. There's a few others that we'll talk about. But yes, we will be watching the show. The way I envision it is I can't show the show on this channel, right? Because YouTube and CBS will both give me a big old X across the middle. Quicker than Squid Games. They'll eliminate this channel for doing that. So no copyright issues. So I won't actually be showing the show itself. You'll need to have access to CBS or I guess Paramount Plus. But if you've got it on your TV, then you can have this on your phone or computer. That's what I'm planning to do. I'll do the show while I'll be watching the show at the same time, the Reindeer Games, so we can talk about it during the show itself. And during the commercials, we'll especially talk about it. So we'll get to watch the competitions of people and everything else, and we'll do it live. I think it'll be fun. And if not, well, hey, it's all about trying new things, new technologies, right? So yes, we most definitely will be watching the show tonight. I'm planning to do the full 2 hours unless my voice gives out between now and then. Can I talk for 3 hours? Yeah, probably. I think I could probably talk for about 30 hours or so. That'd be pushing it. But yeah, we're going to be watching it tonight. That's the key word, I'm looking forward to that. All right, what else do we have out here? A couple of extras. Mark Taylor saying, are you following the challenge? Who is your favorite? Excuse me, I'm starting to cough already. Mark, I'm not. This is probably the first season in forever since Dirty 30, even before that. First in a long time that I haven't watched the challenge. Just too much going on. Big Brother went a little too long. Before I knew it, I had Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up and work and everything. I just didn't have a chance to get into the challenge yet. I've been trying to avoid the spoilers so I don't miss out on it. But no, I'm done. I'm watching Amazing Race. I'm watching Survivor. I'll be watching Reindeer Games. And what else? I don't know. I binge watched the Squid Games in case anyone may not be familiar with that. All right, let me see what question. I may have buried the leader. Sorry. Karen Loveland saying, hi from West Virginia. Have no idea who the red creatures are behind you. All right, Karen. I'm guessing that you haven't seen a show called Squid Games, right? Yeah, probably not. That is characters from Squid Games. And then Urban Hermit is saying Squid Games is such a great concept. Yeah. All right. First of all, I am going to talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about any spoilers of the show or the reality show that followed along behind it. Because I know not everyone's watched it, but Karen, it's on Netflix. It was originally a Korean show. It was originally a Korean movie or series about people competing in a very brutal game. Picture kind of Hunger Games, kind of Battle Royale kind of show. But it takes all these kid games and you're playing it for very, very real in the movie to win a lot of money. And if you don't win the money, well, the only other option is that. So it's a bunch of childhood games that are re-envisioned to be incredibly creepy and intense and everything else. And red light, green light, tug of war, marbles, a lot of games that weren't nearly as brutal as when we played them as kids. I remember as a really brutal game growing up that we played, tug of war. How do we not all get separated shoulders and broken arms and everything else? And we used to play that and run full speed into each other. But no, so that's what it's about, Karen, is originally was a TV show from Korea. They just came back and released on Netflix within the last few weeks a game show called Squid Games-The Challenge, where they take real people, 456 people or 457 people, in fact, 457 people compete. So not like Big Brother where there were just 16 of us and you got it down. Now 467 people, 457 people, and at the end you have one person left who wins not just $500,000 like in my season of Big Brother. No, they won $4.57 million. It's a lot of money, isn't it? That makes the winners or survivors seem like the low end of the pay scale even. Yeah, I'm amazed how much money. Just makes me wonder, how much did Netflix pay Squid Games to make this show? I don't know. It's a lot. So anyway, Karen, you've got the original show that's just all fiction. And then they followed up with a game show that tries to follow along more or less the way the show was itself. And I binge watched it over. Thank you to Angie Hung, and I don't see Angie's name out there right now, but I think she'll be watching later. Thank you, Angie, because she sent a thing to me and said, Cliff, I know you haven't seen it, but you absolutely have to see it. She suggested that maybe I ought to try out for it as well. I kind of think that'd be fun. I think I'd do all right in Squid Games. I'm a social enough player. I think I'd do all right with it. So yeah, it'd be kind of fun. Cindy Hire saying, just noticed Cliff's contestant number. Yeah, Karen, you may not, well, you saw the picture, but everyone in the thing wears green tracksuits with a number, and they don't even really refer to themselves by name. It's a little bit, but mainly it's numbers. You know, oh, contestant number 99, contestant number 287. If I ever go on the show, my one request from production, well, make it as easy as possible for me to win the final thing, but the realistic request is I would ask them, say, can you please let me have contestant number 143? You know why, right? Yeah, 143. That's kind of my thing now. So if they gave me contestant number 143 so I could wear that on my tracksuit, I think that'd be pretty cool. That's kind of a little thing that would get some interest in the show, right? I think it's worth a try. So yeah, I may try out for it. Angie says she may even consider trying out. That's the beauty. With 457 people, I could try out. A bunch of y'all that watch this show could try out. No one in there wouldn't have to know that we were working together, and we could watch each other's back up until the last 2 or 3. And then, you know, every man to himself, every woman for herself. You do what you have to do, but we do pretty well. We have our own language in this show. I think we could communicate without anyone else knowing how tight we were and do pretty well. But no, I loved watching Squid Games, the movie. A little creepy, but I enjoyed that. And now watching the game show component of it, pretty well too. Here's the thing. I know a lot of y'all have seen it, not everyone, and that's why I'm not giving out spoilers. There's also on Netflix a thing called The Making of Squid Games, which really is interesting. It's about a 30-minute show showing the background behind them developing the show and where they where they filmed it and all of that. Did y'all know it was filmed at a blimp hangar in, I want to say London, but I'm not sure it's London, in England, where they used to have blimps during World War II when they had the Zeppelins and all that. I guess in England, they're not Zeppelins, they're just blimps. But they filmed at one of these blimp hangars. This thing is gigantic. So the sets could all fit inside it. The only drawback, I think, is that they filmed it in January of 2023. I guess it was this year. They said it's been about 11 months. When it was freezing cold there, some of the things they filmed, some of these games, they said it's like 20 degrees. So not only are people stressed out, they're having to do all these games and try to stay alive and all that, but they're also freezing cold. And apparently they maybe had to treat a few people for some cold-related conditions and things like that. Sounds like it was brutal. Maybe not quite as brutal as a Big Brother house, but pretty brutal. But yeah, if you haven't seen it already, watch it. It really had me intrigued and caught. It took us about a day and a half. We watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and then the next day we just wrapped it up. It's 10 episodes, so what, 10 hours long or so, plus or minus. You can get through it pretty quick. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. It's fantastic. All right, Brian Hosteller is saying, was in LA last week. Yeah, I saw some pictures and I was so envious. Stopped by the Big Brother house and got as close as I could. Yeah, it's great. And Brian says across the street, got pics of the outside. Tried to ask for a tour, and they said things were going to happen later last week. That is cool. I'm really proud and excited that you went up and asked for a tour. I didn't think of doing that when I went. But now we know they were filming Reindeer Games, right? That's cool. It's so funny. Brian sent me a picture taken outside the CBS studio lot where you can see kind of the outside of the Big Brother house. You can see the backyard. You can't really see the backyard because we've got the big walls up around, but you can see the walls and you know where the backyard is. He sent me pictures and it just was so much deja vu because before I went on Big Brother, I had a job in Bakersfield, California. I was working and had to go visit a client in Bakersfield. So when I flew into LA on the way up to Bakersfield, I stopped at the CBS lot there in Burbank. And I did the same thing. I drove around. I found the Big Brother house. I took some pictures. Little did I know that just a year later, I would be inside the house, right? Who would have thought that they wouldn't even let me in the door? The big old gate security guards up there. that watching, making sure no one is doing anything they shouldn't be doing. And a year later, they're like, "Yeah, come on in, Cliff. We're ready to put you on the show." So you never know how life's going to turn out. But yeah, if you're ever in Burbank, that area, you can see the Big Brother house on Google Earth. It's not a huge secret. It's on the CVS lot there in Burbank. You can zoom in and see the backyard and the house and see that's just a sound stage. They won't let you on the lot, but you can get right close to it and take pictures across the little concrete river they've got, and know where all the magic happens. But yeah, and it's in some ways kind of boring from that side because it does just look like a big movie studio stage. Stage 18 is which one it is. But it's still pretty cool to do it. The first time I walked up close to that thing, I was just in awe because I knew what was behind those walls. Not everyone did. They didn't know where it was located. I knew, and I was excited, very excited. All right, what do we have on here? The werewolf mask. Hey, werewolf, saying, will you show your screen? No, I can't. If you're saying, will I show the screen as in the actual show itself? No. What you're probably going to get during the live watch will be just me doing this. I may have a different backdrop or something. I forgot to do that. That's what my 15 minutes for. I may have a little bit different backdrop or anything, but yeah, I'm just going to be a talking head. So I expect more that you may be watching the show itself and typing a few comments and everything. But yeah, I'm not going to show the actual show because then I'll get in trouble. I'll just be talking. So you can listen to me talk while you're watching the show as well. I am excited when this reindeer guy, I mean, it's not that I'm not excited to see the people compete and the challenges and all that. I'm kind of excited to see what they did to the house. And I know I've seen a few still shots that some people posted, CBS and others posted, of what the house is decorated like. And it looks really cool. It looks like Santa's North Pole workshop, at least the way I would envision it to look. I still don't know, and I've tried to avoid spoilers and all that. I don't know if there's any out there yet for this show. Since it's already all been filmed, I would think there's someone out there spilling the beans, and so I'm trying to avoid that. But I don't know that they spend the night in this house. I think they just show up, probably do their competitions, their challenges for the day, and then go back to probably some amazing mansion or condo. I don't know. I don't know they actually stay in the house, so I don't know how much time they'll be spending inside versus outside doing the competitions. But I am glad they still decorated the inside and made it look a little special and Christmassy and all that. I don't know why they didn't bring me. I could have been the step in for Santa Claus. Yeah, there could be some kids out here watching that. So I'll just say it this way: Santa's pretty busy right now up at the North Pole working away, so probably couldn't be there for the Reindeer Games. They could have put me in there. I would have stood in for Santa and represented, so to speak. But yeah, that's all right. It's going to be fun. I will say the thing that really has always intrigued me about Big Brother isn't the competitions. I mean, competitions are fun and OTAV and all that, but it's the social interactions. It's the battle of the wills. Can I manipulate other people? Can I convince them to keep me and send someone out? And apparently we're not going to really get that with Reindeer Games. It's going to be all about the competitions. No one gets voted out. No one gets nominated, put on the block. No one votes on any of that. It's strictly who does well in the competitions, who doesn't. So it's not really going to be Big Brother. It's just going to be in the Big Brother house with Big Brother people that we know and love and sometimes don't love so much. I'm okay with everyone in there. I'm not really cheering for Cody and Nicole Franzel to win because they were already on All Stars. They already had a chance to win an extra $1 million when they played All Stars and all of that. So I'm kind of, just because they've already had that extra opportunity, I'm looking more towards other people in terms of who I'm cheering for. I mentioned Danielle. I mentioned Brittany. Xavier. I think Xavier's a great guy. I'll be cheering for him. And then Josh Martinez. I've enjoyed every time I've hung around with Josh, and I know some people are like, we don't want. I don't know why people don't like him more than they do. I guess some people don't think he necessarily deserved his win as much as other people, or they maybe don't like him because of some of the, he's been on a challenge and all that. Josh is a nice guy. I'd love to see Josh win as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, Laura Lewis is saying, glad to be back. Just got back. Tomorrow is 8 weeks past open heart surgery. 2 weeks past open heart surgery. Wow. Well, let me say this. I'm glad you're back Congratulations. I am always amazed at the state of our medical technology, that the things we can do as a society from a medical standpoint to a human body in this day and age. It continues to amaze me, some of the stuff they're capable of. Yeah, I know insurance is sometimes issues, and there's all kinds of things that we gripe about with healthcare and all, but Lord, look at what we can do. Congratulations. I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad that I'm able to sit here and talk away and maybe provide a little entertainment while you get back up on your feet. Good for you. And fight the fight. I of everyone here, I'm more happy to have you here than anyone else. Good news. Go out and celebrate. Well, I mean, start off slow, but go out and celebrate. Just that's fantastic news. So congratulations. All right. Okunbi Fakuni. Is that Nigerian? That seems like it could be a Nigerian name, but I could be wrong as well. Saying, we have two things in common. We both live in Houston. Okay. And my cousin played on your season. But I won't say. Let me guess who your cousin could be. It's got to be Kimmy, right? That's cool. I didn't know that she had a cousin here in Houston. Good. Well, thank you for being out here as well. That's fantastic. I know when Kimmy was on the show, she had said that she was from Nigeria, and I'd spent a little time there. But we never got a lot of time to talk about a lot of backgrounds and all of that. But no, well, congratulations. That's cool. And you're here in Houston also. Howdy, neighbor. Oh, well, welcome. Tell her I said hello. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Zachary Weiss. Good weekend in Florida. Group of us raised $260,000 for Give Kids a World Village. Well, I love to hear that. I didn't know how that y'all had raised that much. That is fantastic. It was good to go down and see the village. Shout out to Leslie Neese and countless others. Yeah, absolutely. And Zach, I am sorry I didn't go this time and get to meet you. Work, even before they had to kind of change things up and everything, work was not going to let me do it. Plus, I'm getting ready to go to Nicole Anthony's wedding here in a few months instead. But yeah, I actually saw you doing a little karaoke. I hadn't had a chance to comment on, but I did see a lot of shots, a lot of people down there. It is so much fun going to this event every year and just getting to interact with other people who I've watched on reality TV. And it's amazing when I come up to them and introduce myself and they say, "Oh yeah, we know who you are." And my jaw just drops every time. And yeah, it's always cool. And to hang out with everyone else who are such huge, passionate fans of reality TV. I was a fan way before I was ever on one of those shows. So it has been fantastic the couple of years I've gotten to do it. Broke my heart I couldn't do it this year, but I'll probably be back next year. I just taking a little break. And the idea that you can raise so much money for Give Kids the World. And for those of you who don't know, I know I've talked about it here, so I'll go quick, but Give Kids the World is a village that's there in Orlando. It's for kids and their families and siblings who are going through difficult medical situations. So it's kind of a Make-A-Wish type setup that's set up just for the kids who all, as part of Make-A-Wish, want to go see the theme parks in Orlando, things like that. So this whole village is set up so the kids and their families can hang out the entire week. There's no cost to them, but they've got a home base of operations that really is set up just for them, and they can still go see the parks and all that. And you know what I like as well? It's not just the kids who have the illnesses that they're having to fight through so much, but it's also their siblings. And I think sometimes those kids are so busy focusing on their sick brother, sister, but they get to enjoy as well. The parents get to see the kids smile, and incredible charity. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, Zach, I'm so glad to hear y'all race so much. That's fantastic. I'll be back next year. So yeah, I missed it. All right. Amanda Lowe saying, what are they competing for on Reindeer Games? I think, Amanda, and y'all correct me if someone has heard differently, but I'm pretty sure that it's $100,000 prize. So it's not $500,000 that was on my Big Brother season. It's not $750,000 that's the current rate. It's not $1 million for Survivor, and it sure as heck isn't the $4.57 million that you get on Squid Games. But they only competed at 6 episodes. I think they filmed it basically in the span of a week. So the way I figure is probably every day they filmed one episode, and I think every episode has 3 competitions. First couple of competitions decide who competes in the last one, and somehow someone wins, someone loses. I think one person goes home in every episode. So after 5 episodes, you'll have 4 people left. And somehow it'll be a little bit like the HOH at the very end of Big Brother, where they'll compete against each other and maybe someone moves on, someone else doesn't, until finally you have 2 people going head to head, something like that. But yeah, $100,000 for 1 week of work isn't too bad. Now, I would have certainly taken $500,000 for 13 weeks worth of work when I did it. But staying in that Big Brother house for 13 weeks, I would have felt like I really deserved $500,000 too, just for putting up with everything that we put up with. $100,000 for hanging out for 6 days in a backyard and doing some competitions sounds pretty sweet to me. So yeah, if you're gonna do Reindeer Games too, if you're gonna do, I don't know, bunny hop for Easter or something, hey, CBS, call me. Trust me, I can do Squid Games and heart games, Cupid games, or bunny hop games, or maybe not Cupid games. I'll be here sharing for Valentine's Day. But hey, Easter, call me. I can search for Easter eggs with the best of them and all that. I do think, is this going to become a tradition? Are we going to have it for we've got for Christmas? Maybe have it now for Easter instead of celebrity games or something. We'll find out. All right, Brian is saying Robin Cass is doing Squid Game casting. Is she? All right. Well, now I've got an extra in. I'll definitely have to check on that. Cindy Hire saying is trying out for season 2. All right, Cindy, that's what I want to hear. I would fully expect it would be hard if I went on the show. I'd have to talk myself into. I mean, I'm not so cocky as think they're just gonna say, "Oh yeah, Cliff, come on in." And I'd have to convince them why to put me in there, and it would worry me that all it would take is a couple of people to recognize me in there. And I feel it's a little bit like Big Brother. At the start, people are just looking for any excuse to get you out. And for those of you who haven't seen it, sometimes it's just how you do in a competition that decides whether you win or whether you stay or not. But sometimes it comes down to decisions and votes by other people and things like that. And I think I could be in a little bit of a precarious position. But Cindy, you come in as well, where we can watch each other's back, and that'd be fun. I would go into there looking around 457 other people and saying, "All right, who here is Cliff Notes Live? Who watches Cliff Notes? Come over here." Yeah, that'd be fun. We'd have a built-in alliance before the first minute. We'd have it all figured out. And then y'all throw me under the bus about halfway through. And that'd be perfectly fine as long as y'all won it at the end. That'd be so neat. All right, Taylor Mangus is saying, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I watched all of Tim Allen's The Santa Clauses and forgot how much I love them. Yeah, no, I like the Santa Claus. Gosh, there's so many. I really like is Jingle All the Way. The one with Schwarzenegger where he's trying to find I don't remember what the name is, the superhero play toy for his son. I like that one just because, as a parent, I remember a time or two where we were trying to find a particular little present that was maybe in short demand and all of that, short supply. So I really like Jingle All the Way. I gotta say, I really like Elf. There's 2 Will Ferrell movies that I really like. One is the Eurovision. Is it Eurovision Song of Fire and Ice or something? Eurovision and Elf are probably my 2 favorite Will Ferrell movies. Kind of like old school too, but those 2 are my favorites. So I love Elf just because he's so fun and innocent. The way he plays that role as a kid. Gosh, you start bringing that, and we talk on. We watched a lot of Prancer when my kids were growing up. If you haven't watched that and you got kids, watch it. It's great about them saving one of the deers and all of that. And Miracle on 34th Street, I've watched that a few times. You're talking about old school. Yeah, I've watched that. And then there's another one Drew Barrymore did. I think she's the executive producer of Olive, the Other Reindeer. It's a takeoff on the Rudolph song, Olive, the reindeer that no one knows about. What Olive, a dog, if I remember. Yeah, anyway, it's a cute little show as well. When I was a kid, we didn't watch the Christmas movies as much. I guess a few of them. We watched the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie, the little drummer boy. those little claymation, Kris Kringle and the Story Santa Claus, those little 30-minute ones. I think those were all on CBS. And we watch. That was before you had on demand and everything can be found online and all of that. You only got to watch Frosty the Snowman one time a year, and that was around Christmas. So we would search through the schedules. Woe to the parents who didn't let their kids know when Rudolph was on TV and they missed it, because then you had to wait a whole nother year. So we did we watched a lot of those kind of shows as well. All right, Anthony Diaz, thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much. I see that super sticker out there. I appreciate it. Y'all know I do this as a labor of love, just because I enjoy hanging out with you guys and everything else. But that super sticker as well, thank you. A little extra support is always appreciated. So thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you, my friend. All right, what else do we have on here? Mark Taylor saying, who's your favorite left on The Amazing Race? I don't like all of them that are left. There's so many of them. The Beards. I don't even know what their names are. Isn't it funny? The Amazing Race, I still don't know what everyone's names are, because I just refer them to them as the teams. But I like the Beards. They seem to just be having fun doing the game. The brothers I think they're great competitors. So I could see them doing well. I really like them. I kind of cheer for the brothers. I like the father-daughter team because they were from Texas and all that. But I'll go with the Beards as maybe my favorite right now. I've enjoyed this season. They've gone to some fun places, done some cool challenges. They survived India. Sometimes it's a little tough there, just directions and all of that. But they made it through there. It's been another good season of The Amazing Race. I could do Amazing Race too. I'd have fun doing a show where you actually, of course, when I traveled, I was always doing business. I didn't always get a chance to really visit and do the tourist stuff in a lot of these cities I went to. I feel it's the same way with Amazing Race. I would hate to go to Paris and not have a chance to go see the Eiffel Tower or something. You just feel like you're missing out on that. But sometimes that's the way it goes. I've done that in London. Moscow, I got a chance to explore. That was cool, seeing Red Square and the Armory and a lot of cool riding the subways around and all that. Send me to Moscow on The Amazing Race. We'll win the sucker. I've got that city figured out. But yeah, I'm enjoying Amazing Race this year. It's been a lot of fun. All right, let's see. Ma saying, have you ever been a mall Santa? You mean stepping in when Santa's got to go feed the reindeers and things like that, Ma? No, I'd like to think that I as great a cook as my wife is. I'd like to think that maybe I'm not quite to that level just yet. The closest I ever came to growing a beard was inside the Big Brother house, where I tried it for a little while because everyone told me to, and they thought that was funny. I was kind of like Corey. And, this last season, he started growing out a little mustache. Well, I tried to grow a little goatee thing, and about the time that they all bullied Nicole and Ovi and all of that, I said, you know what? I'm not going to try to meet y'all's expectations. I'm not going to keep doing that. So that very day, I don't know if they showed it on the episode. Well, the very day while Nicole's upset, Ovi's upset, I'm downstairs wondering what in the heck is going on. That's when I said, yeah, I'm getting rid of this thing. I went into the shower, shaved it all off, said, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. It's the closest I've ever come to having a beard. Other than that, working on rigs for a few days here and there. But yeah, I'm not sure the old long Santa Claus beard is quite there yet. Give me another few years. I feel like I'm working that direction, so I'd love to do it. I would love to see a whole bunch of smiling kids and a few crying ones here or there. I'd do what I could. But yeah, it'd be cool to have a job like that. To be helping out Santa in such a privileged position would be fantastic. All right, Matt Shaw is saying, Matt Shue PGA saying, hi, I'm a PGA pro in Pearland. Wow. You meet all kinds of people. I'm very impressed. I played golf growing up. We played a par 3 course. We'd go play par 3 where you put a 9-hole par 3, rent your clubs. We crawled around in the little river, the creek, to get golf balls. We'd sell to other golfers to pay our way to play, until we found out the creek had a bunch of leeches in the water. That was not a golden moment in my life when we found that out. Yeah, it was pretty still don't like that day. But We did start doing that. I played golf growing up as a kid, a little bit while I was in college, and then life gets in the way. And my handicap is certainly in the double digits. So that I'll tell you, Matt, how I play. But I love to get out there and do it. I did get to play golf down in Venezuela once, at a golf course they had down there, which was kind of cool. But yeah, that's cool. To be that good. I go to Top Golf, and it's amazing when I play golf. And I know y'all don't care about this, so I'll just say it quick. When I play golf, I have 9 bad hits. It seems like it's like, oh God, come on, you can do better. You can do better. But I get that one good hit where it just sails perfectly and goes right where you want it to go. And that one hit out of 10 is enough for me to say, okay, let's keep going. Let's see if I can improve on it a little bit. Probably the most frustrating sport I've ever played, but an incredibly cool sport as well, just because you get to go outdoors and all of that. So, all right, well, welcome aboard. I'm glad to have a PGA pro in here. That's I'm gonna be watching for you now. That's pretty neat. All right, Patricia Miller saying Christmas Vacation. Oh, how could I leave out that movie? And Carly Hunt is saying controversial question: is Die Hard a Christmas movie? No, it takes place at Christmas time, right? Yeah, I'm gonna hold off calling it a Christmas movie, because when I think of a Christmas movie, yeah, I think of something that you as a family can sit around and watch. And I'm not sure that Yippee Ki Mother. Yeah, I don't know that it's the one that you sit around while you sip your hot chocolate and wait for Santa to come down the chimney. So I won't call it a Christmas movie, but it's a fantastic movie. One of my all-time favorite action movies. Bruce Willis, just the king. I've loved him in Moonlighting, but then he took on this whole new role as an action hero. Yeah, I feel so bad that he's suffering the way he is with some of his. I don't know if y'all know, but he's got some major, how do you call it, brain cerebral type issues he's dealing with. But yeah, I love Die Hard. It's a Christmas Vacation. I'd really love Vacation. I thought Christmas Vacation was pretty dang good. European Vacation, Las Vegas Vacation. Yeah, it may have been stretching a little bit there, guys. But 2 out of 4, not too bad. They haven't done any more than that, have they? Yeah, I like Vacation. I love maybe some Chevy Chase. Yeah, as far as Die Hard, it's kind of like, is Harry Potter a Christmas movie? They did have a Christmas. I don't think they ever called a Christmas celebration in there, did they? I could be wrong. I feel like it was just their winter celebration or something. But yeah, I won't call either one of them Christmas movies, but they had a little Christmas scenery in there as well. God, now you got me thinking about the Nakatone. Is that how you pronounce Nakatone building? And I like me some Die Hard. I have not watched all the rest of the movies. I think I've watched the second one, and then people said, yeah, it kind of falls off pretty quick after that. Hey, now I got my Christmas list of movies to watch while I'm sitting here at the house, right? A marathon of Die Hard. I'm sure Sharon's going to love that. All right. Karen Loveland is saying the most exciting place I ever visited was West Berlin. We had to travel through communist East Berlin to get there. Now, that would have been cool. Oh, yeah, that would have been about 1977, 78. Yeah, because when did the wall come down? It was during Bush's term, so 84, 83. So yeah, that sounds about right. I remember as a kid, I mean, we would hear all the stories about the people building the hot air balloons out of a bunch of sheets of plastic and floating across the thing, or digging tunnels underneath, and the whole idea about crossing the wall. And I know people that have been born since that time don't understand the significance perhaps as much. But yeah, that would be interesting. The difference as you cross in from East Germany into West Germany and see the difference in economy, culture, lifestyle, everything. I can only imagine what that felt like, because when I went to Moscow, it was in 2006 or so. So by that time, they were firmly, away from communism. It was an interesting place, but it wasn't the way. The way it would have been back in the Cold War days. Yeah, that would have been, the difference would have been amazing. All right, Julie sees you're saying, who is your Mount Rushmore of serial killers? Yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. How? Because that would somehow suggest that there's any kind of honor whatsoever. So yeah, I'll just leave that one out. Julius, it makes me wonder what movies have you been watching as a diehard on your heavy playlist, perhaps? Yeah, no, I don't want you Mount Rushmore. I'm putting a Mount Rushmore up only so I can blow it up, and I don't want to be doing that. It's an interesting question, though. But yeah, I'll defer on that one. It's 7:45. All right, we'll go a little bit longer, and then I'll shut down because we got to get ready for our show. Madison Andres saying, "Can't wait to watch Reindeer Games with y'all." I think it's going to be fun. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, though, because here's the thing, and I may have mentioned it the first. I'm going to shut down this broadcast. I'm going to hit in stream. You're going to see me go away, I guess. And when you do, if you go back out, you should have a notification for Reindeer Games. Is a completely different episode. I also put out an Instagram reminder just as we're starting this show that should have a link to the other show as well. So click on that, come right back in, and we'll start it up at 8. But I did that for a couple of reasons. One, there could be some people who want to watch Reindeer Games with us that maybe don't want to sit through 45 minutes of me talking like this, that don't do Cliff Notes Live. So I thought, all right, I'll make it easy for you guys. The other thing, too, is when I do these shows, these StreamYards, I'm used to doing an hour at a time. I don't know if they'll let me do 3 hours. I think they'll let me do 2, but I don't know if they'd let me do 3. So I thought, well, just to be safe, we'll shut this one down. We'll make it a completely in the can episode of Cliff Notes Live, episode 158 or whatever. And then Reindeer Games, completely different one. So when you see me leave here in a few minutes, I'm not done for the night. I'm just switching into the next one. So find it. I hope that's clear, and I hope you can find it. But either through your notifications or my channel, it should show it. Or if you need to go out to Instagram and you'll see the link, and it's gonna be fun. They better be good challenges and no watered down stuff. Make this hard. If they're gonna win $100,000 for 6 days worth of work, make them earn it. And I did see a post today from, I think, Nicole, showing a bunch of bruises on her legs. So it does seem like maybe they did have to earn that thing. Good. It's not going to be the same without the social game and all that, but it's still going to be, we're going to have fun watching it together. I should have fixed some hot cocoa or something just to make it a little bit more reindeer-y kind of games. But yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. All right, real quick before we shut this thing down, Amanda Lowe saying Aunt and Uncle went and helped tear it down, and brought my brother and I a piece of it. Took it to show and tell in kindergarten. Hold on to that thing. That's incredible. My son and I went to Washington, D.C. when he was in 6th grade. I went with my daughter as well. I was chaperone. I went with her and then went with my son. But I remember with my son, we were in the Smithsonian, and they had a portion of the wall up in the Smithsonian. And that meant a lot. I mean, I've never been to Berlin, so I've never seen anything in person. But just seeing the wall that had been moved into the Smithsonian and knowing the history, knowing people saw that as such a barricade, such a division, it's really cool that we moved past that we survived the Cold War. All right, now we didn't get to talk about it, and I'm not going to do it now because we didn't have enough time, but for those of you who have Netflix and maybe haven't seen it yet, check out, well, maybe don't check out, but Behind the World We Left, Left the World Behind Us. Why can I never remember it? It's with Julia Roberts. It's one that just came out about kind of an apocalyptic, the world starting to have an issue and they're trying to survive and all that. We watched that as well. After we got through with Squid Games, we watched that. I like Squid Games a whole lot better than I like that movie. Maybe not my complete favorite, but I am curious to see what y'all think about it. The only reason I brought it up is because of the whole idea. I remember as a kid thinking, we'll never make it through the Cold War. How long do I have before someone drops a bomb? That's horrible the way I'm finishing up. It's so great that we've moved past the Cold War. We're dealing with our own stuff now, different things, but at least we got that taken care of. It just made me think of that movie. So y'all check it out and let me know what you think about it. All right, what else do we have on here? I think we'll probably shut it down right there, guys, because we got 2 more hours to go. I can't use up all the voice right now. So anyway, we'll shut it down. We still have about 10 minutes before the show starts up. Again, what I'm going to do is I'll talk a little bit during the show itself, but there'll also be a little downtime where we're all just watching. We'll talk a lot on the commercials. Y'all feel free to ask me questions. I'll try to keep up as best I can, and we'll just see how it works. So for the next 10 minutes, go make your pit stop. Go fix you some hot chocolate. Go turn on the fireplace. Make it feel light your Yule log or do whatever you need to do to get into that ho 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 kind of spirit. And we're gonna do a little reindeer games here in just a second. All right, guys, appreciate it. As I said at the very beginning, please, if you get a chance, you can go out there and give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for the show, turning on notifications. And with that, I'll give you a big old SKD 143. Love my wife, love my kids, love reality TV, love you guys. And I hope I love reindeer games as well. We're about to find out. Guys, I'll see y'all in about 10 minutes. And until then, cheers, my friends. Ho, ho, ho. Talk to y'all later. Bye.